7 Mile Starseed. Chapter 1: The Night Detroit Lost Jarius Smith. Detroit carried pain differently than other cities. Pain lived in the cold wind blowing through abandoned neighborhoods. It echoed through alleyways covered in graffiti and inside apartment buildings where life wasn't fair, especially on 7 Mile. At 17 years old, Jarius Smith already understood that. He lived with his mom near a gas station and spent most nights chasing money on outdoor courts. Basketball wasn't just a game on 7 Mile. It was business, respect, survival. Every evening, the courts filled with crowds throwing bets around while music blasted from car speakers. Smoke drifted through the air while people argued loudly about who ran the block. And nobody ruled the courts harder than Jarius. He wasn't the tallest, wasn't the strongest, but he was quick, dangerously quick. Handles smooth enough to embarrass grown men, jump shot automatic. And when he got angry, forget it. Hey, who got next? I got 50 on Jarius. Nah, they finna cook, lil' bro, today. You still a kid, lil' bro, and you still can't guard me. Oh, talk your shit then. The game started immediately. Jarius crossed left, then snapped the ball behind his back so fast Tay stumbled sideways. The crowd screamed instantly. Ooh, he broke him. Jarius drove straight to the rim, leaped between two defenders, and slammed the ball through the hoop hard enough to shake the rusted rim. People lost their minds. Cash flew everywhere. Phones recorded everything. Tay got heated immediately. Nah, man, you carrying. Your defense just weak. Tay shoved him hard. Jarius shoved back harder. The tension changed instantly. Detroit street ball rules. One wrong sentence could turn basketball into chaos. The next thing anybody saw was both of them on the ground near the fence while the crowd screamed around them. A bottle shattered nearby. Girls pulled friends away while others recorded on their phones. Police sirens echoed down the block suddenly. Everybody scattered immediately. Nobody stayed around for Detroit police. Jarius grabbed his hoodie and his money before jogging home through freezing rain with adrenaline pumping through his chest. At that moment, he thought he was unstoppable. He had no idea his life was about to collapse. Jarius lived with his Japanese girlfriend, Aiko, in a small apartment they rented together secretly behind her parents' backs. She was calm where he was reckless, quiet where he was loud. For nearly 2 years, she had been his escape from Detroit, or at least he thought she was. When Jarius climbed the apartment stairs that night, he noticed the front door slightly open. Aiko? No answer, only music playing softly, and laughing, male laughing. Jarius slowly stepped inside. The apartment smelled unfamiliar. Large shoes he didn't recognize sat near the couch. His heart started pounding. Then he heard movement from the bedroom. Aiko stepped out first, fixing her messy hair quickly. Behind her came a gigantic, dark-skinned man with muscles like a heavyweight fighter and a huge, rounded afro. Tattoos covered his arms while he calmly adjusted his jacket like nothing. Damn! The man looked over at Jarius casually. Aiko's face turned pale instantly. Jarius, listen. What is this? Jarius stared. His chest felt heavy. You her boyfriend? The tall man looked confused. It's not what you think. Aiko stepped forward nervously. You really gonna lie to me right now? Jarius laughed softly, but there was no happiness in it. Aye, man, I ain't had somebody. The huge man shrugged. Jarius looked at Aiko with heartbreak written all over his face. For a moment, nobody spoke. Yeah, I ate. Then, Jarius slowly nodded. Aiko's eyes filled with tears. Jarius, please. Nah. He grabbed his hoodie quietly. The apartment suddenly felt colder than itself. We done. The huge man stood awkwardly near the hallway, while Aiko cried softly behind him. Jarius walked toward the door. No yelling, no fighting, no revenge, just disappointment and silence. Then he left. Rain poured endlessly across the city while he walked alone through the streets of 7 Mile. That night changed everything. The smiling version of Jarius Smith disappeared forever. For the next 3 years, he dedicated himself entirely to Taekwondo. No basketball, no partying, no friends, no relationships, only pain. Every morning before sunrise, he ran through Detroit neighborhoods with weighted gear strapped to his body. Every afternoon, he trained inside old Korean arts gyms beneath strict instructors. Every night, he practiced kicks until his legs cramped beneath him. People around 7 Miles started whispering about him. Man, bro, different now. He don't even smile. Dude became a whole machine. His main instructor, Master Han, watched him carefully one evening after sparring. Jarius wiped sweat from his face. Maybe I do. Han nodded slowly. Hate creates strong fighters, but broken men. Years passed. Jarius became terrifying inside the cage. Fast, precise, explosive. His spinning kicks went viral online. Soon, local fights became professional fights. Professional fights became UFC contracts, and eventually, Detroit got the headline everyone wanted. UFC Detroit, Jarius Smith versus Damon King. The same giant with the massive afro, the man who took Ico. 3 years later, Little Caesars Arena shook with noise. Thousands screamed beneath flashing lights while commentators yelled into microphones. This is personal. Now he was one of the UFC's most dangerous knockout artists, and Jarius wanted revenge more than anything. Jarius walked toward the octagon wearing black shorts and blue gloves. Across the cage stood Damon King, older now, stronger, more dangerous. Jarius. The fight began instantly. The crowd roared every time Jarius landed a kick. Damon answered with heavy punches that pushed each other harder. Round after round, they battled. By round 3, Jarius could barely breathe from body shots. Detroit screamed his name desperately. Jarius! 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 In the final moments of round 5, Jarius exploded forward with a spinning heel kick that connected perfectly to Damon's jaw. Damon dropped. The referee waved it off. Jarius Smith won by knockout. The arena erupted, but as cameras flashed and the crowd chanted his name, Jarius stood over Damon with no joy in his eyes. Revenge tasted empty. Hours later, rain poured endlessly across Detroit. Jarius walked home alone through empty streets, wearing a hoodie over his bruised face. His entire body hurt. He felt destroyed. Tears rolled down his cheeks while he stumbled through alleys near 7 Miles. All this work for nothing. His voice cracked. I still lost. Then suddenly, every streetlight shut off. The city became silent. No cars, no sirens, nothing. Jarius slowly looked upward and froze. A gigantic black triangular craft covered in glowing blue symbols hovered silently over the city like something beyond human understanding. Jarius stumbled backward in shock. What is that? Then pale blue beams descended from beneath the ship. The ground beneath him lifted. His body rose helplessly into the air. Yo, what is happening? Detroit disappeared beneath him rapidly. Jarius awoke, gazing on a metallic table. The room around him looked alive. Walls pulsed softly like breathing organisms, while strange glowing symbols floated through the air. Outside, massive windows stretched an impossible universe filled with green stars, spiral planets, and galaxies unlike anything humans had ever discovered. Then he saw them. Tall, pale beings with enormous black eyes, the Ebens. One stepped forward clumsily. Its mouth never moved, yet the voice entered directly into his mind. Jarius Smith. He jumped backward immediately. Nah, hold up. We apologize for the fear. Jarius looked around wildly. Where am I? You are no longer within your universe. You were selected. Selected for what? Suddenly, holograms appeared around him. Alien wars. Massive creatures made of living plasma. Entire civilizations collapsing. So y'all telling me the tallest Eben stared directly into him? Because you possess the will necessary for what approaches. We need warriors. Jarius swallowed hard. Why me though? Silence filled the chamber. Then slowly, the Eben continued calmly. There exists a conflict far greater than humanity understands. Your Earth is only one reality among countless worlds beyond imagination. Jarius stared speechless. The Eben continued. We have watched you, your pain, your anger, your resilience. Then started grinning like a child. For the first time in years, he looked genuinely happy. So y'all telling me I get to leave Earth and fight aliens? The Ebens nodded. Jarius immediately stood up excitedly. Man, I'm in. The stars outside twisted unnaturally as the ship entered a glowing tunnel beyond reality itself, leaving Detroit behind forever. He was beamed up into a massive floating academy orbiting a purple nebula, the Intergalactic Apex Academy, a school hidden in the folds of space where time bends. Different alien species trained here, towering reptilians, floating jellyfish-like beings, insectoid warriors, and everything in between. They didn't waste time. Jarius stood in a glowing simulation pod. The lead trainer was a massive rock-skinned being named Grok. "You ready, young Earthseed?" Grok rumbled. "This pod compressed 10,000 years training into minutes. You will learn Vexthar, alien martial arts, speed of light, power of star, adapt or break." Jarius smirked. "Aight, run that shit then. I don't have all day." The pod sealed. Inside, time disappeared. Jarius fought in ancient war zones across galaxies, mastered zero-gravity combat, learned how to channel cosmic energy through his fists. His body evolved, faster reflexes, stronger muscles, glowing faint starlight tattoos on his arms. He went from streetball legend to something powerful. When the pod opened minutes later, Jarius stepped out breathing heavy, eyes sharper, aura different. "Damn, I feel like I lived whole lifetimes in there." The test. The final training fight was against a mantid, a tall, green insectoid warrior with bladed arms and cold, compound eyes. Students from different species gathered to watch. The mantid clicked its mandibles. "You, fast for human, but I trained 800 cycles. I break you." Jarius bounced lightly on his feet. "Yeah? Well, I'm from 7 Mile. Let's see what them bug hands do." The fight started fast. The mantid struck with blinding speed, blades whistling through the air. Jarius dodged, using new Vexthar footwork, almost teleporting short distances. He countered with a glowing palm strike that sent the mantid flying into the barrier wall. The crowd roared. Mantid got angry and charged again. Jarius slipped under a blade swipe, spun mid-air, and hit it with a spinning heel kick charged with star energy. The mantid crashed hard. Jarius stood over it, breathing calm but focused. "Get up, we ain't done." But the mantid clicked weakly. "You win, Earthseed, strong." The Academy trainers nodded in approval. Her. After the fight, while Jarius was catching his breath near the observation deck overlooking the nebula, she approached. Her name was Zara Vex, a beautiful red-skinned demon-like alien woman with curved horns, long flowing black hair with red streaks. "You fight good, very fierce, like Starfire. I am Zara Vex, trainer assistant. You want company?" Jarius looked at her. "Damn, you fine as hell. I'm Jarius, from Detroit. Today has been wild." She smiled. "I like your fire. Come, I show you galaxy, our way." The date. They took a sleek black flying space car out into open space. Zara Vex pulled out some glowing purple alien weed. "This, Nebula Dream, make you see stars inside mind. You try?" Jarius grinned. "Hell yeah, y'all got the good shit out here." They smoked together, the purple smoke swirling like galaxies. The high hit different, colors brighter, the universe felt alive. Zara floated the space car near a massive glowing space drive-in theater orbiting a red dwarf star. A holographic movie played, an epic space battle between ancient races. They parked in the floating lot, leaned back, and watched the movie while passing the blunt. Zara rested her head on his shoulder. "You, different from other humans I meet," she said softly. "You carry big pain, but strong. I like." Jarius exhaled smoke, staring at the stars. "Back home, they took everything from me. My girl, my pride, my city. But out here, feels like I can be something more. You feel me?" Zara nodded. "I feel. We, together now. New beginning." They kissed under the light of the nebula as the space movie played. Jarius Smith, once just a streetball king from 7 Mile, was gone. In his place was something new, a starseed awakening. But the galaxy is dangerous, and old enemies from Earth might not be finished with him yet. To be continued.